Okay, I am back and I have added some glue with my designer dries clear glue and the fine tip applicator, which is this thing, to my 2 and 5 on my little piece that's going to hang from the candy cane. And I am going to use number 1, let's see, no, it's not gonna, well, it's 188 black vinyl. Okay, and if I can open it, there we go. I am going to use that just to cover, and I'm going to let it just sit there for a little while. Move this out of the way. And I think what I'm going to do is once it's dry, since I kind of punched it close to the edge, I will remove the glitter, and then I'm going to just put a little bead of glue around my hole, and then that way it'll be nice, and I won't have to worry about like the next little string or anything breaking, and when you hang it or play with it, it's not going to be a problem for anybody. All right, I wanted to show you really quick. Here's my tree after I've added what needed to be added to it. And I think I'll go ahead and zoom back out because I'm quite zoomed in quite a bit, so it doesn't want to focus very well. All right, so here is the tree. I went ahead and did my A Merry Christmas circle. So let's see, there we go. And what I did is I outlined my text box using the glue, and then I added lion's mane glitter, which is the same thing that we use on the stars. So I just need to get the excess glitter off. I used the same color for my centers on my little white flowers, and I also used it to go around my Christmas exhibition ticket, and then I used enchilada glitter on my leaves. And you don't have to be precise with your leaves. All you want to do is have a little green glitter on there so it looks pretty and gives the impression of having leaves. All right, so I am going to leave you with that because I have to run a few errands, and I will be back. So finish up your glittering, and I'll see you when I get back. Okay, next I'm going to add some pop dots to my backs of my pieces, and actually they're just foam tabs. You can get these from Really Reasonable Ribbon. They're made by Tombow, and I love these because the backing paper comes off really easy. So what I did is I cut the smaller ones into half, and then I just put them around the outside here on my piece. And you'll notice that I have the top here, and you want to leave the openings like on this side here and here on an angle so your candy cane can fit through on both sides. So I have like a vertical one in the center top, and then I just have one on either side, and then just two at the very bottom. All right, and that's for the one on the front. And then for the one on the back, I kind of did the same thing. I have a vertical one kind of in the center of the top, and then I just have a little horizontal one, vertical ones on the side, so that whenever you're putting this on and then wanting to stick your candy canes in, they don't run into anything. All right, so go ahead and do that, and then I will be back. All right, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started on adding our embellishments to our mitten cuff. And if you hear a lot of banging in the background, that is because my children are home now and my son is practicing his tennis against one of the walls in the basement. So sorry if you hear that noise. It's quiet at the moment, but it could start up again any minute now. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do, because I didn't do this the last time, is I'm going to go ahead and punch a hole in the corner with my crocodile here. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it where I think I would like it to be. I'll bring this up, see if I can get it. There we go. Just give it a little turn to make sure. And I've gone through the front and the back. And now I'm going to go ahead and actually I'm not going to worry about inking it. Usually I'll ink the holes too, like around the little edges of the holes. But since we're going to be putting stuff on top of it, it's not going to matter. This is just some jewelry wire, and it's a copper color, and it's a very thin, easy to move and bend. And I'm just going to string that through here. And my piece is actually quite big, but I want to go ahead and do that now so that, and I'm just going to go ahead and give it a little twist so it stays in place there. And I'm just doing that so it's easier to play with. Okay. On my original, used a different lace, but I have a run out of that. So I'm going to use a different one that Bonnie sells in her store. And it's really pretty. It's just the natural lace. And I'm going to first just see about how white it is. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and use my glue here again. Oops. Here we go. And I'm going to just lay my trim down on top and give it a little smush so it kind of stays in place. And I see I got one little piece doesn't want to pop out here. There we go. All right, and I leave it over. I let it hang over the edge because I'm gonna trim it so it'll look nice. I'm gonna go ahead and flip my piece over, and I'm carrying things here. Look at that, because I already took the one. There we go. So I'm gonna grab my glue again. And just add some more to this side. And then pull my trim over and give it a little mush. Smushy, smushy. Okay. And then I'm gonna push that up a little so I can try to have it even. All right, and I'm just gonna go ahead and give this, trim it a little bit. There we go. All right, and now my next layer, I think I could, let me see about zooming in here a little bit. All right, I'm gonna go ahead. I do have more of this fantastic red ribbon, and I love it because it's kind of like, it's a satin stripe and then like a matte, and then like if you flip it over it's the opposite, so it's the same thing on both sides pretty much, satin and a matte color in the red. And I'm just going to do the same thing that I did the last time. I'm just going to add some glue. Now you could use score tape if you wanted, but I just already have my glue out and it's easier, so I'm going to put a little bit down here. And let's just see, I don't want to use too much because I don't want it to lead through my ribbon or make the ribbon like discolor too much. So I think on this one I did use the what do you call it, the score tape instead, but that's okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the back here. Actually, if I can find some score tape I could show you. Here we go. What I mean, it's just this tape, and you can take it and let's see, I guess I would use a piece here and then cut it and then use another piece at the top. So if you have like an ATG gun, that would work. Same thing. And just snip that. And then you need to burnish it a little bit, and it'll be a little bit harder to take the paper off, I think, with it being attached to this lace. So got a little extra fuzz there. Let's see if I can get this off. Easy peasy. Otherwise I'll stop the camera and do it and then come back. There we go. There's one. And you just have to press it down really good so you know that it's stuck on there. All right, so maybe you can see a little bit of a sheen difference. There you go. You can see that the tape is on there. All right, and now I'm just gonna take my ribbon and pull it around kind of taut and then give it a smush. And now it is on there. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and trim this up. following the shape there. And I missed one. There we go. Okay. And let's see. The next step is on this one. I just shoved the button in after the fact. So we can glue the button down or you can leave it as it is, either way. And then I tied on a piece of this other ribbon, which I just need to find some of that. So I will be back in just a moment. Okay, so I just went to my bag of buttons that I got from Really Reasonable Ribbon. Bonnie sells many different kind of buttons, so you can, and I just kind of put them in a bag, like a baggie. And this is actually, like, I think this is just one set, and it's the Vintage Button Bonanza, but there's many different sets that I like there, so you can get some buttons from there, or you can get them from your local antique shop, or, you know, wherever you want to find a bag of buttons. All right, now, this is a ribbon I use next, and I inked it with the Ranger's Vintage Photo, just like I did earlier in this video. And this ribbon always drives me nuts, because like you look at it and it gets fatter as it's going to, like on the left hand side looks wider than the right hand side, but it's just those little chevron stripes that'll do it to me every time, and I'm always like, oh, I just don't know if I can use this, but it's so cute. So all right, I am gonna, let's see, I have it going this way on the other one, so let's just pull that across the back here, and then in the front, and I'm going to just tie a bow. So I'm going to attempt to tie a bow anyway, since I am on camera here. Who knows how it'll go, but I always get kind of nervous and things don't kind of work out the way they're supposed to when I'm on camera. So we'll just deal with that. Okay. I'm just going to kind of hold it in place. There we go. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and adjust that, and then I'll be back. But so you get the idea of what I'm talking about. All right, I played around with my bow, and now I have my bow on, and I want it to tilt just a little. So I'm going to go ahead and add some glue to my button here. And I'm going to press my one back part of my ribbon down against the button where I want it to sit. That way it'll stay in that spot. So I'm just going to hold that for a minute. Okay. Turn this around. Just hold that again a little bit more. And then do the same on this side over here. Just gonna put that. So I'm just holding different things down here, parts of my bow. So we'll just hold it for a little while. And next you're going to want to grab your Christmas exhibition ticket piece scallop, and we're going to put that on the front of our piece here. And I'm just going to, I should have done this while I was off camera. That's what I should have done, but I didn't. I wanted to wait so you could see. So my video is going to be kind of long. I really want to do like shorter videos, but what can I say? All right, I'll just glue it later. So, all right, so now I have my Christmas exhibition, and I've already pulled the little tabbies off some of them. All right, and I'm just going to place that on my mitten where I think it would look cute, and I think that is a good spot right there in the center. And I had some leftover ribbon, and all I do is I just cut this in half, and actually that'll even be too much, but I'm going to cut it in half, and then I'm going to put both pieces together, so that my ends are the same. And I'm just going to cut on a diagonal. And I'm going to take both my pieces and I'm going to have it where the points are coming in. And then I'm going to take some glue, add it to one of my pieces, take the other piece and just set it on top. Give it a little squish. So you see? There we go. And then what I do is I just slide that up and underneath. And of course, I think I have the, that's what I ran into that the last time. That's where I put the little pop dot. So I'm going to trim this up. And all right, now I'm going to have to lift this up here. Throw some glue on my piece. And these are things I encounter all the time. So you're watching me so you can learn to do it the easier way and not have to worry about your pop dots. All right, so I'm going to put one here. There we go. And then press down the middle there. And that should help get it nice and stuck. Otherwise, I'm going to use my stylus here. Just give it a little rub underneath the scallop to hold it down. And you could adjust it if you want. There we go. Okay, and that looks good. I'm going to trim up this there. Okay, and now I'm going to grab two May Arts Moss Green Leaves, which I got from Really Reasonable Ribbon. It comes in a long, nice piece, and I'm just going to cut off two and then trim them. If you watched my Vintage Angel ornament, I did the same thing there, and I do this a lot. I like to use these leaves. My best friend Jenny thinks I'm kind of crazy because I use leaves on everything. So I'm going to add some glue like here and here. Actually, you can just put it everywhere. You're going to be throwing a flower on there too. And then I'm going to just stick one this way. And then I'm going to do one the other way. Put a little glue on top of that leaf. Okay. And now I'm going to grab a cream colored deep ivory mulberry rose. As soon as I figure out where I put them, I should really be more organized when I'm doing videos. So let me see. I can't find one in the next couple seconds. I'll go ahead and pause. Here we go. I found some. So they come in a bunch like this, and they're a really good deal. They're the Wild Orchids Crafts, but you can order them from, you can get them at Really Reasonable Ribbon because Bonnie sells them. So just going to cut off my end there, add some more glue, and then pop on my rose. There we go. And then I'll just let that dry. All right. So I'm going to let that dry, and I'm going to look for some beads, and I will be right back. Okay, I went ahead and strung my two pieces together here. So hopefully, there we go. So you can see that I have my Christmas baker's twine coming up through the hole here and up through the hole on my candy cane. And all I'm going to do is tie them together and make a bow. And if you recall, I had clipped too close with my crocodile, and so I went around the outside here with my glue, and then I went ahead and just added some red glitter, and I think it looks real pretty. So you might want to do that yourself. All right, so I'm going to tie a bow on that in a minute. I'm not going to waste my time doing that on camera. Back to our original piece here. I went ahead and I put this on, which you saw. I went ahead and I put the back piece on the same way, and I decided to leave the little paper on this time so I could tuck this under, and then I removed the paper on my pop dots. And I added another rose and two little leaves just like I did on the front. All right, now I have our beads that we're going to add, and I just have two pretty little red pearl beads and then just a bigger multi-facet bead, which will catch the light really pretty. They're not exactly the same as my first ones, but that's just how things go. All right, so I am going to take my wire here, and obviously it's very long, so I'm just going to clip it. I'm going to do one of the small red beads first, and I get these at my local Joann. I'm pretty sure they were like a really good deal, like $1 for a string of the red ones, because I bought quite a few. But I buy the beads when they're like 40% off, otherwise they're quite pricey. So just put your 3 beads on, and of course you can do as many beads or no beads. It's totally up to you because it is your piece. So here we go. So that's my pretty bead holder, and then I'm going to just twist it a little bit here. Let's see. Maybe. Might take me a minute to get it to twist. Here we go. It's one of those kind of things I have to do it up close to me and not like out in front of me, so it's kind of hard with the thing being on the camera, but I'll just kind of do it this way. There we go. And then we're going to add a bow, and we're going to close it. And the way I close mine is I just make a like a circle. I cross my 2 pieces, and I make a big circly loop kind of thing, and then I do some more twisting like this, and then I just bend it back down so that it makes a heart shape. And I used to like kind of tie these down, but then it makes it hard to stick it on the tree. So I am actually just gonna twist that a little more and then trim it so you have like a heart shape. And of course you can do whatever kind of shape you want, but that's what I have. So I left enough room to attach a bow here, which we'll do in a couple minutes. So now let's see. On the back of my candy cane, I added my button to the one little 25 piece and some of the leaves, and I just used the peppermint baker's twine to tie my bow here. So I'm going to go ahead and start doing some glitter now. So you're going to need your glue. Oops, and I just dropped my tip on the floor, so I'll be right back. Okay, I went ahead and tied on a bow, and it's just really simple. All I did was actually just tie a bow. So I just tied a knot around the wire and then tied the bow, and I added 2 little seed beads at the top because my wire was a little long. And then I just redid it, and now it's all pretty. And I really love the one bead. It's nice and sparkly, the faceted one here. All right, so we're going to add glitter now, and we're going to put, I guess I'll do the red glitter first. And I'm going to use the garnet, which is the number 349 that we used earlier. So I'll just set that here. I'm going to grab my card. And I am just going to use my fine tip applicator here. And I'm going to put little dots of glue on each stripe, on the top and the bottom. And I'm going to go ahead and just squeeze one in over here because you can kind of see it, and I'll stick one underneath there too. All right, and then I'm going to pour some glitter on, and I'm going to let it fall back this way so it hits the ones underneath there. And then I'll give it a little tap, and it'll be stuck to your ribbon for a little while until it dries, and then once it dries, or when it dries, then you can just easily brush it off with the paintbrush. So give that a little tap tap. All right, and so you can do the same thing to the back, which I guess since I'm here, I'll just go ahead and do that. So this ribbon was really fun to play with. Okay. And then I'm just going to let it give it a little tap. And then, like I said, I'll just get all the extra glitter off once it dries. But that's how it looks. So you see the little dimension there. Okay, I'm going to set this off to the side for a moment while I get all my glitter back into the container. And then just tap your sides. There we go. And then the next glitter I am going to use is called Rose Gold, and it's number 160. Okay. And I am going to go around the outline, the outside of my mitten here. So I'm just going to hold it actually in the center. And then I'm just going to do some dots of glue. And I'm going to do them all the way around the edge of my mitten. And then I'm going to turn my piece. And I'm going to do some more dots. There we go. All right, and then I'm going to cover those with the rose gold glitter. So give it a little click. I'm going to do the next one. Oops, I just put my hand in my glitter on the other side. So you want to be real careful when you're doing this to not do that yourself. I'll have to go check it out in a moment and see what's going on. I wasn't paying attention because I have a child coming down the stairs trying to be quiet. I wanted to make sure he wasn't going to yell anything silly. So I was checking on him. All right, so there are little gold dots of glitter. Let's see. And now I'm going to check out my back. And you can see I kind of smushed it here and there. So all I'm going to do is just add another dollop of glue. Actually in these couple places. And then I'll add some more red in just a minute. So I'm going to set this down for a second and get my gold glitter back into the container. Get that out of the way so I can carefully grab my other one here and then put some more red glitter on. Oops, and I kind of missed my thing there. All right, so I think that pretty much is it. I'm going to let this dry and then I'll show you how I take the extra glitter off with my brush. So why don't you go ahead and apply your glitter and I'll be back in a couple minutes. Okay, I am back and our ornament is now finished and I was just going to show you how I get rid of the excess glitter here. So you'll see there's like a whole bunch of glitter on there and I just take a soft bristle brush and I just brush it off. So I'm kind of watching the camera or my computer screen instead of watching what I'm doing here to make sure that I'm on the camera or that I'm in view of you. So that's just pretty much what I do. And that gets all the excess off. I'll go ahead and do the back as well. There you go. And you just want to make sure that it's, you know, dry before you're doing this. All right, let me zoom out a little bit. Okay, and so that is our finished vintage Christmas mitten ornament. So I hope you enjoyed my tutorial and that you like the collage sheet. Um, and I hope you're excited that I, did the tutorial. I forgot, I got these little teeny tiny candy canes. And you're just going to kind of slide them in. Here we go, because there's 4 of them. And you can pretty much tuck them in wherever you want. Like I'm running into things here, but there we go. So they just add a little added cuteness, and when you give it to the person, you can show how they come out. So you have 2 for the front, and then you have another 2 for the back, and you're good to go. All right, I just wanted to show you real quick. I did outline my text boxes here with the rose gold. So in case you didn't see me do that, I just wanted to make sure you knew. I wanted to show you a couple other ornaments that I've recently done. I have this piece on earth. It's a tiny star with a cardinal. And on the back side it says Merry Christmas. And I do have a tutorial on YouTube showing how to use that, and it is part of a collage sheet. And that is one of the pieces on the collage sheet, and then this is the other ornament. It's my vintage angels piece on earth. So it has this beautiful image which I got from the graphic fairy that I altered, and then it has the tiny star at the bottom, and then you flip it over and it says Merry Christmas. So that is a these 2 together ornaments come on one collage sheet, and you can find it also in my Etsy. And then let me see what else I have. This is just an example. I think I'm probably going to do one similar. I used Gecko Gals images. I'm on their design team, and I created this little Jesus is the Reason with Leanne's images. So I think I'm probably going to create another one with Jesus is the Reason, using some copy-free images that I can use and sell on my own. I also wanted to show you these little teeny tiny mittens that I made out of the same collage sheet. I just made it smaller, and I am going to make up a sheet and add that in my Etsy store. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that yet, but I am going to do that. And I know there was like another tiny mitten somewhere. Oh, here it is, because I wanted you to see it had the little tree in it. The candy cane is one of the ones my son took with him to school, but same idea, just tiny and cute, and little bows with little beads. Okay, so that is it. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, you can send me an email at heatherahudson@gmail.com, or you can just send me a message through YouTube. Thanks, and have a great day. Bye.